Hey everybody, so this is our part 2 of that coin roll hunting video that we started. We're going to get back at her here. Still got those pennies laid out. I mean, I'm doing this right afterwards. I just needed to get a glass of water, stuff like that. Alright, so we got a nice 36 here. Actually, that's a really nice 36. Not a rare date or anything. Fairly common date, but not in that kind of shape usually. Usually they're pretty wrecked. So, alright, so this one we got a rim dent. So that's a PMD, that's a post-mint damage. We got a 39. Definitely grotty. Definitely got some rim dents. But still not, even with the rim dents, this would be a good filler coin for somebody. You know, you're doing a book or whatever, and you just need something to put in there, fill a hole. So this has definitely been cleaned with something pretty intense, I would say. Some kind of an acid. 44 Denver. Because you see which shape it's in. It's definitely worn really bad. But yet, being that it's so red looking, looks like a newer penny, that's definitely been cleaned. So I wouldn't even sell that one. I'd give it away. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Alright, so this one we got some interesting coloring going on for sure. Possibly got some, because of the, possibly like a woody and an improperly mixed alloy. Now the reverse, I'm trying to tell if that's a strike through right there. I think it is. Kind of looks like a strike through, but then I'm also kind of wondering, maybe it's just glue that's on there. I don't know. I'll have to get that one under the scope and look. I'll set it aside. We can set up the scope again and take a look. Let's at that. Alright, here's a 34. I think this one's in there just because, like, the two-tone look into it. Kind of cool looking. Here's a 51. 51. Don't see a whole lot. I mean, that's got a beautiful reverse. Okay, so this has got a lamination on it. Right there. Oh. Wow. That's one that we'd have to get into the scope to see, but I'm going to say that's possibly an actual lamination error. That is definitely, or a strike through, because just the way it looks, the coloring. So what I'm looking at here is I'm looking at the color of the mark along with the color of the coin itself, and usually if it's post-mint damage, unless it's right out of the mint and it happens, usually you're gonna have a little bit different coloring. We'll have to get that under the scope. I'm setting these ones aside just in case. It's hard to see through the phone too, so, and that's what I'm using right now as a camera phone, or a phone for my camera, so I think this one's, ooh, look at that. I think we got like a strike through on this one. Look at the waviness and everything. And it almost looks like this side, like this stock, is a little bit weaker. Yeah, cool. That's why I want to try to monetize my channel and everything. This is PMD right here. That's post-mint damage for sure. And you can see there's just a little bit different shine to in there. That's what I was looking for on that other coin. is different coloration, a little shininess or something, to see if it was done at the mint or not. It's kind of it's one way to tell. Anyway, there's a 36 Denva. Actually, in really nice shape. Very nice, actually. But yeah, that's why I want to monetize. And wow. Look at that 49 Denver. I was thinking the back looked, I was like, wow, that reverse almost looks like it's been cleaned or something, but I don't think so. I think it's just a very nice 49 Denver. Like, super nice. Wow. I wouldn't say I have all the pennies. I would say on Whatnot, Parker Penny probably has most of the pennies, but I do have a lot of them. I have a lot. Here's a nice 55. Very nice 55, actually. But yeah, I want to monetize the channel just so that we can get better equipment. I can get a microphone, get a nicer camera. I have computers. I have very nice computers, so we don't have to worry about that. That reverse looks like crap. Is that a 26 Denver? Yeah. It's kind of weird, though, how, like, In God We Trust actually looks pretty sharp still. The rest of the penny just looks weird. I don't know if it's just worn that bad, or it could have had a weak strike or something. I don't know. I'll set it off to the side anyway, or back in the thing. There's a 26 Woody. And I can tell why that's in there. You can really see that improper alloy mix there. Wood grain-ish look to it. Beautiful coins. I've had quite a few Woodies. There's a 49 San Fran. Huh. And a 53. No idea why it's in there, but it can go back in there. Alrighty. So there we went through one tube. That one's done. Let's grab another. I'll tell you right now, let's see, there's a penny stuck down there. This is actually a tube made for pennies. And I normally don't use penny tubes for pennies. I usually use penny tubes for dimes. Because penny tubes, from a lot of people, they're made for a penny, yes, but if the penny has any kind of stretch or swipe or anything like that in it, they get stuck. So I normally don't use penny tubes for pennies. In fact, I do have dimes I'll probably put back in there and use a nickel one for the pennies. So this is the one that was stuck in the way bottom. A 56 Denver in relatively good shape. Actually, I should probably grab that right now. Grab those dimes out so that I can put these pennies somewhere else. And when I say I got dimes, they're silver dimes. And just, there's not many of them left, just a few. But, anyway, so now I got this is actually this is a penny one. This is a lot bigger penny one. I don't know. But yeah, it fits really nice in there now. Different brands too, you know. Here's a 1919S in nice shape. Here's a 25 San Francisco. I think that's I'm not going to say rare, but a better date one. There's a 48. Looks like, almost looks like it might have some toning going on. Oh yeah, I pull it past the camera so that I can actually see it. And there is definite tonage. The reverse looks nasty, grotty. But the obverse, I can see, sorry that I'm not showing this on camera, I'm just trying to see myself. I see purple and blue and greens. It's just really hard to show on the camera. I mean, maybe if I try different... I found that changing the, what is called the warmth of the light. There we go. You can see some more blues and greens and stuff. Purples over here. I've seen by, anyway, changing the warmth of the light, sometimes you can get more detail to come out like that. There's a 20 Denver. A lot of times it's the mint mark coins that people have a lot of trouble actually finding in decent shape. There's a BIE. So if you see between the B and E in Liberty there's a blob. There's one inside the B too, but this is called a buy error. Those are die chips. It's kind of a common one. There's quite a few out there. I own quite a few actually. .34 Denver. Again, fairly common one. The obverse looks like crap, but the reverse of this is beautiful. So, .41 San Fran. I save a lot, or I know a lot why a lot of these there's a lot of San Frans, because usually San Francisco prints, or I shouldn't say print, usually they produce less coinage, especially back then. So I have no idea why that's in there, just probably because of the weird look to it, maybe. I don't know, whatever. It can go back in there. So a lot of times I keep a lot of San Francisco stuff around, and that way when people ask for it, I have it. That one had the, I'm sure you saw in the B there was a, for Liberty, there was a die chip. There's a 36, just in beautiful shape. We have all those details I always talk about. And we got a little bit of tonnage on the back. A little bit of tonnage. We like tonnage. Beautiful reverse. See, there's a 39S. It's got a little damage up here, but again, if you're looking for something to fill a book, just to start off with. Alright, here we go. Definite Woody, 1940. It's in rough shape, but you can really see that alloy mixture that was not mixed very well. Oh, and look at the reverse. Oh, that's a gorgeous coin. Gorgeous, gorgeous coin. In that shape, I would say, probably looking at $10. I really need to put this thing somewhere. I got this little tag. I don't even know what it's for. It came in a roll, actually. What kind of roll did it come in? A penny? No, it must have been a nickel roll. Yeah, nickel roll. But it looks old. No idea what it's for, though. It's just sitting over here, in my way all the time. .41, we got a little bit of lamination going on over there. .56, no idea what's up with that one, if anything. We got another buy here, a 57 Denver. That's just barely started here. So that's probably over here. That's where we're looking. Get out the pink pointer. Right there between the B and E. It's probably right when the die chip started. And then we got the one right inside the B there. So there's different... What happens is there's different stages of these die chips. The end stage, when the die was really busted up and stuff, you barely make out the B or the E. It's just horrible looking. So I have one of them somewhere. Again, I have so many pennies that keeping track of every single one that I have. I don't have a store to put them in or something, a shop or anything, so it's just my house. And I don't have a good room to put them all in, so I try to keep track of everything, but it doesn't always work that way. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that know what I'm talking about. That's actually a pretty nice 41. There's a 30 Denver. You know, going through all these, if I find something I need for my book, I'm going to probably smack myself. I doubt I'll find anything I need. I need like a 14 Denver, an 09S VDB, an 09S. There's an 18. 31S. No, I just got a 31S. I think a 31 Denver. I need a 22 Denver. I had a 22 Denver. I sold it. It was actually a weak D. So for those that don't know, in 1922, the wheat penny was only made in Denver. So if you get a 1922 wheat penny and it doesn't have a D on it at all, then you're talking it's a no D 1922, and it's going to be worth minimum $100. Let's put it that way. I had one that had a weak D, so the D was there, but just barely could be seen. And that one sold for like $78. So, just so you know. So here's a 31. 31's not a hard one to come by. I mean, it's not as easy as some of the other ones, especially in good shape. So 57 Denver. So yeah, anyway, the 22, that's you want to look for that D mint mark. If you don't see it, then you want to get it graded to, 1919S. Pretty rough shape though. That's a favorite of people's too, that 1919S. Here we go again. We got the BIE 57 Denver, and it's not just the 57 Denver, although that seems to be the one we're finding today, but there are other ones that do have that same issue. See, now this one doesn't have the between the B and E, but it still has the B filled in on the bottom. So, but yeah, getting that 22D certified basically through PCGS, NGC, Annex, it doesn't really matter. There's a 27 is the best thing you can do. That way you can, nobody can tell you no that somebody filed that D off or whatever. There's a lamination on this one. 26. $42. $27. I might have to flip some of these up because some of these are in really nice shape. There's a 29. Flip some of them up and get them ready for sale. I got that penny show coming up on Wednesdays. There's a nicer 1919S. Still got detail in the back too. That's actually not bad. Here's a 24. Not a hugely uncommon date, but not a, you know, get them in nicer shape. That's the whole thing, right? Another 1919S. And like I say, these 1919 San Franciscos, people love them. And they are very common. I think there was 100, 200 million or something like that made. They're very common, but getting them in a higher grade, that's where they become uncommon. And people just love them. Maybe it's just that whole 1919 thing. There's a 25 Denver. Nice reverse. There's a 26 Philly. There's a tube that just fell over. I'm doing this blind. I'm staring at the camera and I'm not actually seeing what my hands are doing. There's some improper alloy mixture in that 40. The reverse even looks better. And there's a lot of people that collect woodies. Oh, that's a 17S. Alright, we're getting a little better date there. Pretty worn, but that's a little better date. 57 Denver. With that chip error. Oh, I suppose we can look at the reverse. And we do have those other pennies that we're going to look at under the scope still. But we're going to just keep moving forward for now. Got some more improper alloy mixtures. 38. Don't know what the black streak is, but it's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the different colors of the brown and stuff. The copper colors. 29 San Francisco. Post-mint damage, I think. But still, 29 San Francisco. If somebody needs it for a book, you know, a couple bucks or whatever, that's a pretty good deal. Just for a placeholder. This 20S is actually not horrible. I mean, 103-year-old penny. It's not horrible, that's for sure. And a 44. In really nice shape. Alright, so we got through that. We have 3 pennies that we're definitely going to look at under a scope, but we're not done yet. We are not done yet. I got one more roll to go through here. One more roll to go through. And I do know one of the coins that's in here, but let's just grab anywhere. So here's a 57 Denver red. This is a gorgeous coin. Absolutely beautiful. This should really be flipped up, but it's going back in the tube. It can stay in there until I'm ready to sell it. Here's a Woody. 1926. We do have some memorials in here too. So this is first year of the memorial penny, 59. Beautiful red. Gorgeous looking. Lots of mint luster. I think we have a few memorial pennies in here like that. Here's a 60 Denver. I have lots of these coins too. These are just a few that I have laying out right now, but I do have a lot of these. So if you're looking for, if you're doing a book and you're looking for some high-end coins, here's a 57 Denver. This is, it's got some weird spotting going on, but it is a wheat penny. So yeah, if you're doing a book and you're looking for some of these high-end memorial coins or whatever. I mean, look at this thing. 89 Denver. So we're talking a zinc one here. Usually these are just horrible from zinc rot. But look at the shape that thing's in. The stairs are just perfect on the Lincoln Memorial. I mean, I've been known to be pretty bad at grading sometimes, but personally, I think this would grade out at a 66 or higher. MS 66 or higher. Here's a 55 San Francisco in red. There's a fingerprint on the back of it, unfortunately, but the graders don't take anything away for that, so that's good. I don't sell these on my show very often unless somebody specifically asks for it. And the reason being is I can sell a 1954 San Francisco in brown on my shows for the same price as I can sell one in red. And the one in red should go for, you know, a factor of 3 to 4 times as much money. So if I sell the 54S brown for, say, $5, something like this should go for, you know, $15, $20 in this shape, minimum. And since I don't get that kind of money, I don't normally sell these unless, like I say, somebody specifically asks for it. And if they specifically ask for it, they're also going to specifically pay. You know, I'll tell them flat out, yeah, I got it, but you're going to pay top dollar for it. I'm going to start the bidding at like, you know, $25, $30 if you want it. And a lot of times they say no. And that's fine. That is absolutely their prerogative. They can say no. But I know what I got. I know what they're worth. These things are worth a decent amount of money. So even the memorial ones, the wheat ones are freaking amazing. Look at the die chip in the 9 on this one. Here we got a memorial one. That's why I have a pad down in case I drop stuff. Another 60D. Beautiful looking penny. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, if you're looking for something like that, just, you know, come check out my Whatnot stream and we can play Let's Make a Deal. Here's a 79 Denver. Look at the details. And look at the mint luster. We can cartwheel that thing. Wow. I mean, something like this really should be graded. I just don't have all the time and money in the world to grade stuff like this. So I sell raw. I have some graded stuff, obviously, but for the most part, I sell raw and let other people decide if they want to spend the money to get it graded. Here's a 54 San Francisco. Because you got to realize, you're talking $20 to $50 per coin. You know, we say $30 on average. Well, that is pretty much there. Annex, I know they do a deal. I think they just did it this summer. That was like $139 for your first 10 coins or whatever, but you had to do 10 coins or whatever, I think it was. So like $13.90 a coin. And then it was, maybe it was $129, so $12.90. And then it was like $13 a coin after the first 10 or whatever. If you want to go with Annex, which I have no problem going with Annex personally. But they can only be valued at a lower end, and so you couldn't send in like high-end stuff. There was just a bunch of different stuff that they talked about in there. But there's a 95 Denver. Look at the shape that's in. That's like fresh out of a roll kind of shape. So if you're looking to do an album and you're looking for some just banger nice coins for it, these are the ones that you need. $62. Look at that. 62 Denver. Look at the shape that's in. And I can't get people to buy these from me on my show, these memorial ones. People don't want them. They want the wheat pennies, which that's fine. But when I bring out these memorial ones, everybody seems to run away. I don't know why. Here's a 60 Denver. I think these are beautiful. I personally like wheat pennies and older. But when you get older pennies like this, I mean a 62 that looks like it could have been minted yesterday, that's something to write home about. Alright, here we got a 58. This is probably a red-brown. So, 58 Denver, we could let this one go a little bit cheaper than, a red. But definitely more than a brown, because we still got mint luster back there and everything. It's a really nice looking little coin. Now we got a brown here. But it's a 1916. It's over 100 years old. 38 Denver. We got another memorial. 1990 Denver. And again, these are zinc. Copper-coated zinc. And they usually get what's called zinc rot, so it'll start like bubbling through and stuff. So the fact that these don't have that and that they're still just a brilliant red, that's really nice. Here's a 54 San Francisco. Yeah, I was thinking, it looked like it was toned, so I just kind of popped it out into the light just so I could see it. And yeah, there's definitely some toning, purples and blues going on. Absolutely beautiful coin. I do know one of the coins that's in here. It's over here that we'll get to here. Here's a 37 Woody with a possible lamination error. Yep. That happens a lot actually on Woodies because of the improper alloy mixtures. 34 Denver. Pretty common coin. No idea why it's in here, but it can go back in there. 58. 58 Wheaty red. Beautiful. This is what we call BU, or brilliant uncirculated. Even though it was probably in circulation, I mean, it wasn't for very long. It probably came out of the mint and somebody put it away. So we call that BU, brilliant uncirculated. Or AU, almost uncirculated. Another 53S. That's just gorgeous coin. Okay. Lots going on this 29. So my guess is it had an improper alloy mixture, and it's got a lot of lamination errors going on. A whole lot. It's hard to tell, but wow. It's just when it happens, it just flakes off. The outside just flakes away. Here's a 25, kind of a weird looking coloring. The reverse ain't so bad. 28. Bit grotty. Everybody sick of pennies yet? 27. Woody. We can look at some nickels next, I guess. There's a 28, just in really nice shape. Like I said, I have a lot of pennies, but we can go look at nickels. I got a roll of nickels next to me. 1929. We probably won't look at them today. We'll look at them at some point. We gotta get that scope set up again so we can take a look at some other those things. Hey, there's a 13. That's not bad. There's another 13. A little damage on the rear, but there's a 14. Too bad it wasn't a 14 Denver. That'd be a key date. There's a 13. So I got lots of teens here. If somebody needs teens just to as like a placeholder, there's a 29. I got a lot of 20s too. That actually isn't too bad a shape. There's another 29. It's a little worse shape than the last one, but pretty nice still. And then there's this 1958 Flying Eagle. Or 1858. So in 1856, 57, and 58, they produced these. The 1856, there's only about 1,500 produced, so good luck. If you have one, that's awesome. But otherwise, good luck getting one. A little damage right there. 57s and 58s, I do have a few of them. In 59, they went to, and see how thick that is? They went to the Indian head pennies. And the Indian head pennies were this thick. Up through, I think, 64, I want to say. I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's through 64 they were this thick. And then they went to the thinner, what we know of for, that's thickness. Actually, this works out good having this green Indian head penny here. You can see the thickness is very easily, but the same size, round, just a thickness difference. Which, I mean, if you think about it, look at it like I say a 2 cent even, they're not quite as thick, but they were definitely thicker than what we look at now. Of course, the 2 cent is bigger. And then, of course, we had before that, let me grab out here what we had there. I got a bag of, this is my bag of sales stuff that was all over the table before I started recording, and I just kind of picked everything up and shoved it into a bag just to get it out of the way so that I could do these recordings. So let me grab another penny. That'll work. Here we have an 1849. This is the one that was changed into 1 lent. But now we can see, look at the thickness. They're pretty much the same thickness, but they went down to this smaller coin. So in 1856 and 7, you could still get these, but because in 56, obviously, they only did, like I say, like 1,500 trial ones or whatever that went out to like Congress or whatever. And then in 57 was the changeover from this to this. So 1857 of the large cents are worth a lot of money because there's not a lot of them out there. And then you had this, the smaller penny. Like it says 1 cent back there. So 56, 57, 58, we had these. And of course I'm explaining stuff that I should do on a different video again, but since we're here, when in Rome, right? So then you had these, and then like I say, in 64 or 59, I mean, which I don't have a 59 with me right now. I do have a couple super duper nice ones. Let me see if I can find one real quick. All right, yeah, so here's 59. And yes, that is a gorgeous 1859. Still got the, you can read Liberty no problem. You can see the diamonds on the ribbon. You can see the pearls. But this is the other thing I want to show you. On an 1859, you notice this reverse? You notice the reverse? They're not identical, but they're pretty close. Okay? Now, so this is called the shieldless reverse. Eventually, I can't remember if it was still in 59. I think later in 59, they put the shield on the back. Of course, this is that 1889. But, yeah, they put the shield there on the back of it. I have an 1862 right by me here. I got this 1862. It's been cleaned, but it's still AU detailed. And you can see it's thick. But if we flip it, there's the shield. So, just some differences. This is a beautiful coin. And even though it's AU detail cleaned, I still want like $200 for this thing. Just because it's in immaculate shape, really. Even though it's been cleaned, it's still so beautiful. But this coin here, if I were to sell it, and I'm not going to say I would, but I'd probably want in that $200, $250 range. This thing is, I mean, you just don't see ones this age in this good a shape anymore. This here, I know how much I paid for this one. I paid $90 for this coin. Because in these, the feathers for the eagle usually are completely gone. In fact, I have some that look like that. I love flying eagle pennies. And if I can ever afford to get an 1856, I will. But I think in a G4, which is almost completely wore out, it's about $7,500. So, anyway, let's set up the scope real quick, and we'll look at those, yeah, this thing here. Oh, wow, it's 59. Anyway, I'll set up the scope here, and we can take a look at the those other pennies that we had looked at before to see if that's post-mint damage or if it's mint damage or what's going on with those. And I can kind of explain some stuff to you on those too when I see them a little closer. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, got the scope here set up. So we do have a RPM here. See how the D is kind of turned a little bit there? That's an RPM, but this here is definitely PMD, post-mint damage, that line right across there. And then on the reverse, that's tough. Because I've seen laminations like that before, but I'm gonna say probably post-mint. Yeah, I'm gonna call that post-mint damage. Could be a lamination, but I'm gonna say post-mint on that one. Let's see what we got on this one here. Here's a 37. I don't remember why I pulled all these out, to be honest, but we can see that that improper alloy mix for sure. Okay, this is why. We were looking to see if this looked like it was like a glue or what was going on back here. And I don't think it is. I think it's laminations. Personally, I think those are just delaminating of the coin. Especially since I seen on the front we had the kind of that woody look to it. I'm going to say that's lamination errors. Like the coin is just kind of delaminating. And then our last one here, this is the one that does have the glue or tape or whatever on the front of it. We're going to take a quick look at. So we can see that plain as day that that is some kind of a glue substance on there. Could be tape, could be anything, I don't know. So we will try some different things. I will get some different stuff. And this penny, we will try to remove that. I'll probably set up the other scope so that I can do this a little easier, because it's got a bigger screen. In fact, I'll probably use OBS and my computer, because I can plug it into my computer and look at the computer while we're using probably a cotton swab to kind of dab at it. So that's probably what we'll do. In fact, I'm 99.9% sure that's what we'll do. This one I could too. I could hook it up to my computer too, but the other one's a lot nicer, bigger screen, bit more powerful, better lighting. It's got, turn this off. It's got like 2 LED lights that I can adjust that come down from the sides and stuff. Much more powerful of a microscope too. And in fact, it's got different lenses I can put on it and whatever to increase or decrease the power and stuff. It's quite expensive, let's say that much. So, well, we're 46 minutes in here. We did the other one was about 48 minutes. I think we should probably end this one here. I was going to look at doing the a roll of nickels here that I have sitting off to the side, but I think we will just hold off on that since we're about at the same as what we were last time here. Not saying I can't do it next, like do another video right away after this one, but my throat is starting to hurt. I just thought I'd show you this too here. This is a, let's flip that up a little bit. This is a magnet. These are all 1943 steel pennies. That's the easiest way to tell if it's actually a steel penny or not. So if you get a 43, like that person said on my one video, hey, was that a copper 43? You get a 43, if it sticks to a magnet, it's not copper. If it doesn't stick, and it says it's a 43, then you need to start doing some checking. Get it under a scope, because some people have been known to like meticulously file off an 8 to make it look like a 3. There's a bunch of different things that people do to try to cheat the system on them. So, and I'm always willing to look at pictures. If you got pictures and you want to send them to me, go ahead, send them to me. I'm setting up a new email. I will put that in the description as soon as I get it set up. That you can, something where you can send me correspondence to, like pictures of coinage and whatever, or if you have something you want to, that you think I might want to buy, that you want to sell to me, there's always that too. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, please comment, share, subscribe. Let's get that subscription base up. If you guys think that I should do a Patreon or something like that to help fund to get the equipment we need to do better shows and stuff, let me know in the comments. I am more than happy to set one up. I've never set one up before, but I mean, can't be that hard. I'm a IT guy after all. Otherwise, if there's no other, I guess there's no other things. I'm not doing a live stream, so I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.